Hello everyone, what is up? Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. Today we're going to be talking about what's happening with XRP in the XRP community. Now as we can see here from J9 Dalton, someone politely asked me to post the chart today. Enjoy. Now we can see right here, XRP, look at this curved line. Isn't that quite interesting? Is that telling what's going to be happening very soon? This line right here. Next here comes from KD Wall, XRP USD weekly chart. The support line all the way from 2017. We broke out of this pattern right here. Now we're back to the support line again. Once again, 805 days, 805 days. Look what happened. Slingshots came after that. Hopefully we see some type of slingshots happening very soon, guys. Now guys, before we jump into the news, I'd like to state I'm not a financial advisor, nor this is financial advice. This is just for entertainment value only. We can see here from Assets Daily. Let's watch this video.
It's coming close. They're working on it. Any sense on Q45?
This is another one I can tell you there's enormous bipartisan interest on this. I've been briefed on Q45. I've had several calls on it this week, and I've instructed our tax teams to speed this up. So we are doing everything we can. This has taken too long.
Look, I appreciate that because it appears on the technology side there's been some remarkable breakthroughs on the ability for this technology to work. It would be wonderful for the world, if not our own society, to be able to get those into the field. I want to show you this article from the Wall Street Journal just a couple days ago. AI comes to the tax code. Thank you for doing this. This is actually one of the discussions we've had with many of our members here, that technology ultimately is the ultimate auditor. And the ability to use algorithms and artificial intelligence to know who should be audited, where you may have failures to file, and those things. Are there any things we can do policy-wise to help you adopt technology so we also get the benefit of, the benefit budget-wise and actually probably better compliance?
Well, let me just say we very much appreciate the funding that we've received on technology modernization. This is a critical area. As you said, we need to bring the IRS into the modern world so that we can, both from an audit and matching, and we also look forward to working with this committee on additional authorities for the IRS where we find there are mistakes or issues that we can authorize correctable issues. Okay,
because there is a concept that if we could actually get more adoption of the technology, we could actually re-look at that couple-month delay that was designed into the earned income tax credit, because you would actually have the data. You don't have to wait and see if it's a fraudulent return. So we could use technology and actually get people that value a couple months earlier.
So right there, it's coming close. They're working on it. It appears on the technology side, there's been some remarkable breakthroughs. So, guys, remarkable breakthroughs coming close. Remember, Crypto Domingo tweeted out this video. Let's watch it.
The World Bank working with the IMF, doing extensive analysis on global value chains, on tourism, on commodities, the decline in commodity prices, and also the connection to corporate debt. There's the clear need for financing of small businesses and of innovation, and so that is done through short-term floating rate capital financing, which is exactly the instruments the World Bank is using in this. It's important that the fiscal and monetary stimulus not shift resources away from working capital. We want to really find ways to supplement and augment the availability of working capital, which is the capital companies need to import goods, to rebuild their inventories. So it's the short-term financing that's critical during a crisis. What we know is that the amount of frozen capital in the world has gone up substantially. And so what we're trying to do from the World Bank side is unlock that capital and allow it to continue into working capital.
There you go, guys. The amount of frozen capital. Remember, frozen, and then unlock that capital and allow it to continue into working capital. It's right there. XRP Stewart tweeted out this video. Let's watch it.
You kind of take that for granted. That's the way Airbnb got started, and Uber. They weren't in, at that time, regulated industries. But generally, things in financial services, you got to be regulated. So when I came to Ripple, that was a new blockchain. That was the second thing after Bitcoin. The first month, we went to Treasury to explain what we were doing. So we didn't operate under the illusion that we would never be regulated and we would never have to ask permission. So it's finding that balance between doing something that's really innovative, but if you want to go mainstream and you're successful, you're going to run up against rules and regulations, guys with guns and badges.
Yeah.
So I walk that
Equally
line.
as powerful, actually.
Yeah. So I'd like to see these new innovations make it into the mainstream. I'd like everyone in the world to be able to participate in this. So that doesn't mean that you can do it in a Mad Max way. But I hope you don't have to do it in a George Orwell way either. And now I'm more aware of maybe not in a Facebook way. So that's been the big passion, is finding a way that we can take these new innovations and make them for the people. And it's not because I'm like a hippie. You can probably tell I'm not a hippie.
No, doesn't strike me. Ripple, the Fed, historian, not a hippie.
But like my aspiration is like the way the world worked in like Star Trek. Like that's in the future.
Okay.
And like people, they know when the door's open. So there must be some way that like it knows the door's supposed to open for you.
Not
but
for
maybe
me.
Not for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they left out that episode of how to do that. So I believe the responsibility is to figure out how to get the identity solution figured out so you can do all these things without huge amounts of fraud or fake news or all the other downsides of having a system that's bottom up that might be an attack vector for bad guys.
First month, we went to Treasury to explain what we are doing, so we didn't operate under the illusion that we would never be fully regulated. This was from 2019. There you go, guys. They went straight to Treasury to explain. It comes from XRP Michael. India's population, massive. India's annual cross-border remittance, massive. India's unbanked, massive. India's need for crypto use cases, massive. Indian gov views on helping its citizens, massive. Ripple's and XRP's presence in India, massive. So there you go, guys. More news. It comes from Blockfolio. Breaking: the Bank of England governor says those holding Bitcoin should be prepared to lose all of your money, and Bitcoin has not caught on much. Let's watch this video.
And then sort of trying to give you a view on where we go to. So one part is where this whole debate started with, which is sort of so-called crypto assets of the Bitcoin variety. Now, they are in no sense, there is no guarantee of the value of Bitcoin. I've said publicly, because we were concerned about it, I'd like to actually think it was quite a good example of the FCA acting promptly. If you want to buy Bitcoin, be prepared to lose all your money. If you want to buy it, fine, but understand what you've got. It has no intrinsic value. It may have extrinsic value, but it has no intrinsic value. That's one thing. The debate's really, and it, myself, it hasn't caught on as much as when people sort of predict it would in the sort of slight early, and then sort of.
I mean, what do you guys think about this? XRP Jackson, don't laugh at 100,000 XRP. Price predictions, people. Bitcoin used to be at many cents. The largest use case for Bitcoin today is a store of value. XRP is already being used by many banks and financial institutions. Let's go. India. So there's one more thing, guys. Remember, Bitcoin used to be so little back then. But now people laugh at XRP at the price it's at right now. Let's see in a couple of years what happens. One-way XRP. Facebook shifting its Libra cryptocurrency plans after intense regulatory pressure. Facebook will no longer promote its own digital currency and instead use existing ones. There you go, guys. They can use XLM, BTC, LTC, whatever your pleasure, but it will all go through the XRPL. Now, guys, we're to the fun part of XRP and the XRP community. Now, this is quite interesting. Since XRP tweeted out, going tinfoil hat here, US Gov has created this whole market as a repair plan to 08 financial crisis. The NSA wrote the code of BTC. David Schwartz had patent in 8.8. Work at NSA, first Bitcoin to start movement, then XRP. Gov pump out distract coins to get all to ignore XRP, the ugly. Then Moon. We can see right there. There's so many coins there, guys. Isn't that quite interesting? It comes from Reborn. Every underline in red is either an official partner of Ripple R3, directly linked with Ripple R3, have strong ties with Ripple R3, are partners of Ripple with Ripple R3, not to mention all the ones who will currently be under NDAs. So, are you still doubting? Look at this, guys. All the red lines. Ripple R3. That is a lot. Next it comes from Crypto Maniac. My unconfirmed insider birdie just told me that something is about to happen that will impact the world. No additional details at this time. Not sure if it has to do anything with XRP. So, wonder what it has to do with, guys. Who knows what's going to happen over here. Now, Baba Cooks has tweeted, published in 1988, Freemasons Love 33. 1988-2018, 30 years. 33 years, 2021. Like I said, lives will be changed forever in 2020. In 2021, nothing will be the same again. Always remember, nothing, then suddenly, are you paying attention? Everything's happening. Eyes open, a giant leap. So, remember this picture right here, guys. The elites want their plans to be done at least by April 2020. At least by April 2020. The final tweet for today's video comes from Mr. Poole. Now this is quite interesting. Look at this right here. Now if we go down here, from Jane Dalton, good news, Ripple is a part of this picture and regulations have been preceded. Getting ready to celebrate with them. And then a lot of other people have gone through, deeper meanings down here. You guys can check it out. I'll leave all these links in the description below. But there you go, guys. Lots of news for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, please leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'll see you guys in my next video. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. And yeah, guys, see ya.